is THG News Today with Mervin Hanley, programming for Thursday, 14th November. Good morning and welcome. The news, of course, is powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin, with 3 locations on the island at the St. Martin Medical Center. You should know this by now. Where else? That's correct. On the Pondville. And then where? In Coal Bay. That's right. You've got the 3. That's the Carl & Sons Unique Bakery. For the best in pastries, sandwiches, catering, you name it. It is Carl & Sons on St. Martin. If this is your first time joining us this morning, we always ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we also say welcome you. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. I know you've subscribed, right? Okay, let's begin this morning, ladies and gentlemen, with news out of St. Kitts. Let's put this photo up, please. Look at that. These ammunition, this firearm and ammunition found in St. Kitts. How did these get in the country? Look at that. Now, a joint search operation has led to the seizure of a high-powered firearm and ammunition in Newtown, St. Kitts. Between 12 p.m. and 12:30 p.m. on November 12th, the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force officers from the Special Services Unit and soldiers from the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force carried out a search of an abandoned building as part of an ongoing effort to enhance public safety and reduce illegal firearms in the community. During the operation, an AK-47 assault rifle, accompanied by 2 magazines and 33 rounds of ammunition, was recovered. The contraband has since been taken into police custody. No arrests have been made in connection with the contraband recovery at this time. The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force is committed, according to them, continuing its investigations and ensuring that those responsible are brought to justice. Should anyone have any information concerning this or any other criminal matter, they strongly urge you and encourage you to contact the nearest police station or call the Crime Stoppers hotline at 707. Look at that high-powered AK-47 assault rifle. What was the intent? Well, I was going to ask what's the intention, but obviously we know what the intention is, or was. Let's continue. Out of Antigua and Barbuda, Prime Minister Gaston Browne has described Sandals Resorts International as a greedy company, accusing the hotel chain of exploiting Antigua's resources while neglecting its own obligations to the local economy. Speaking candidly on Point FM, according to the Antigua newsroom, Browne outlined a series of grievances with Sandals' business practices, arguing that the company prioritizes profits over its contributions to the country and undermines the livelihoods of local workers and businesses. They're greedy, Browne stated, explaining that Sandals has consistently sought financial benefits and concessions from the government without reciprocating through sufficient reinvestment. He highlighted that despite enjoying nearly 40 years of corporate tax exemptions and other incentives intended to support tourism, Sandals has not fully lived up to its commitments in Antigua and Barbuda. Browne also pointed to Sandals' recent request to import a private fleet of vehicles to transport guests, a proposal he said would have sidelined local taxi drivers who depend on airport transfers as a key source of income. They want everything, Browne remarked. What room is left for the taxi drivers now at the airport? This denial is part of the government's broader strategy to protect the local economy from what Browne described as Sandals' relentless drive to capture as much profit as possible without sufficient regard for the local community. The Prime Minister further criticized Sandals' approach to employee tips, mentioning the resort's no-tip policy, which requires staff to deposit tips into the Sandals Foundation instead of keeping them. Browne argued that this practice deprives workers of additional income that could help improve their quality of life, calling it an exploitative measure that reduces cost for the resort while impacting employee earnings. Browne emphasized that while Antigua and Barbuda welcomes foreign investment, such companies must operate fairly and contribute to the nation's prosperity. They cannot treat us like a plantation, he said, lightening Sandals' approach to a colonial construct that prioritizes foreign corporate interests and those of the Antiguan people. The Prime Minister's remarks are the latest in a series of criticisms aimed at Sandals over its handling of tax obligations and its recent frivolous lawsuit against the government. This lawsuit, Browne suggested, is an attempt to delay a $27 million tax assessment related to discrepancies in Antigua and Barbuda sales tax collection, which Browne contends Sandals has undercharged at 13% rather than the required 14%. Sandals has not yet responded publicly to the Prime Minister's statement. Lots going on there with Sandals. Well, we know we have been reporting on it between Sandals and the government of Antigua and Barbuda. And as you can see, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, he's not backing down. He continues to fight for the people of his country. And finally, in our news this morning out of the British Virgin Islands, Lorna Smith, the elected representative who was fired by Premier Wheatley. Well, guess what? Let's continue reading. Lorna Smith has confirmed she was offered a junior ministerial position for financial services following her dismissal as Deputy Premier and outlined her reasons for rejecting the role. In an October 28th response letter to Premier Natalia Wheatley, released on Wednesday, November 13th, according to the BVI News, Smith responded to the offer while expressing her concerns with Wheatley's leadership. She wrote, "I formally thank you but decline your extraordinary and confusing offer to me, subsequent to dismissing me. Despite dismissing me publicly as Deputy Premier, removing me from Cabinet, and removing me as a Minister for Financial Services, Labour and Trade, you offered me those same portfolios, but as a junior minister." You can't make this stuff up. "I declined this offer then, and now do so formally." Smith noted she valued her roles as Deputy Premier and a minister, but declined the new offer for 3 reasons. First, she said the Premier's offer reinforced her belief that he still considered her the best qualified candidate for the role, showing that her dismissal was based not on performance, but in her view on Wheatley's increasingly tenuous grip on power and the support within Cabinet. "You stated my dismissal was because you felt a possible lack of support in the imminent vote of no confidence against you. I want to address that clearly. The House represents democracy at work, according to Ms. Smith. It should never be used as a mechanism for a Premier found wanting to ignore the voice of the people, expressed through a no-confidence vote of the House, and remain in power. Despite my position and concerns, I indicated as recently as Wednesday, October 16th, that I would stand with you in the interest of stability for the country," Smith wrote. Smith also argued that a junior ministerial position would not align with the significance of the Financial Services Ministry, which accounts for 60% of the territory's income. She felt the role required a senior minister to represent the BVI effectively, both domestically and internationally. Her final reason was that she could no longer support Dr. Wheatley as Premier. Smith also refuted Wheatley's claim that she had prior knowledge of stepping down as Deputy Premier, stating, "There were numerous ways in which your actions could have been implemented. However, you choose to dismiss me by surprise, informing me only after securing Julian Frazier's agreement to cross the floor and assume the roles you've now assigned to him." In a recent appearance on Talking Points, Premier Wheatley cited concerns over Smith's potential stance on a no-confidence motion as the primary reason for her dismissal. Politics around the region, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, that's our news for this morning. Do join me again tomorrow morning, God's willing, at 6 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. My name is Mervin Hanley. The news, of course, was powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin. Have yourselves a wonderful Thursday.
Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Coal Bay and on the Pondville. In Coal Bay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colby location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.